Hello guys! Cast your lines into the quirky, meme-drenched depths of Fish A Brainrot, Roblox's hilarious fishing sim where the perfect bait can transform a simple toss into a legendary haul or leave you floundering with a net full of nothing. Imagine Golden Banana luring those elusive brainrots with a golden glow that dazzles the sea, while Squid squirts ink and vanishes in a cloud of embarrassment. I'm your bait-stacking, rod-wielding angler who's hooked more duds than a rookie at Coral Cove, chuckled at my own worm wriggles turning into mud, and still chases dragon fruit's exotic pulls that promise epic rewards. We're ranking every bait from A-tier treasures that dominate the ocean to D-tier flops that barely make a splash, packed with funny fishing fails, salty sea tails, and pro tips to conquer fishing zones, outsmart rivals in PvP battles, and triumph in rare events with Fish A Brainrot's brainy, chaotic charm. So, stock your tackle box with the finest lures, keep an eye on the merchant's ever-changing stock, and let's reel in the biggest wins this Roblox sea has to offer. In Fish A Brainrot, baits are your secret weapon to master the waves, boosting lure speed to zip through casts, preferred luck to target specific brainrots like Tralalero or Ballerina Cappuccina, and overall luck to snag those rare catches that make legends. A-tier baits like Golden Banana lead with top-tier stats, while D-tier Squid flounders with minimal impact. Farm cash from sells, 1,000 to 5,000 per haul, or grab a 5 to 10% bonus from PvP wins to buy better baits. Check Discord or Trello for stock refreshes every 3 minutes. Timing is everything. Whether you're a level 10 rookie splashing in the gentle ripples of Shallow Bay or a pro angling in the treacherous depths of Deep Abyss, this tier list is your bait bucket, ready to guide you through every time. Let's start our fishing saga with the D-tier disasters and swim up to A-tier glory with confidence. Now, let's talk about the sad, soggy bottom of the bait barrel as we cast our lines into the murky, hopeless waters of D-tier, where these pitiful lures sink faster than a lead anchor dropped in a storm, turning every cast into a lesson in patience and a comedy of errors. These baits are the starting point for newbies with empty cash reserves, their wallets as dry as a desert shore. Yet they carry a spark of humor to laugh off the inevitable flops and tangled lines that define their early fishing escapades. Picture yourself standing at the edge of Shallow Bay, bait in hand, only to watch these D-tier duds dissolve into disappointment. Perfect for those who find joy in the absurdity of a failed catch. Time to cast into the inky abyss with Squid, the cephalopod bait that squirts more than it scores. A true underwater fiasco waiting to unfold. In a quiet Coral Cove run, Squid unleashed a cloud of ink that blinded my cast, turning what should have been a proud haul into a squid ink explosion that left me coughing and laughing. With its abysmal lure speed that crawls like a snail and zero preferred luck to target anything worthwhile, Squid can occasionally attract a stray brainrot, but its high cost and messy nature make it a D-tier disaster. Use it for those gentle level 5 to 10 grinds where the stakes are low, toss it in murky waters for a faint chance, and ditch it before the ink stains your reputation. Next up, let's wiggle with shrimp, the tiny bait that dances but doesn't deliver. A petite promise that fizzles out fast. Picture shrimp twirling through the waves, full of tiny charm, only to get swept away by the current. In a Shallow Bay grind, shrimp lured a nibble but vanished mid-pull, turning the day into a shrimp slip-up that had me shaking my head. Its minimal luck offers a slight boost to early catches, but pathetic lure speed and no preferred luck keep it at the bottom. Use it for level 5 clears, cast in shallow zones for a whisper of hope, and swap it out before it swims away. Now, let's dig into Worm, the wriggly bait that burrows but doesn't bite, a classic tale of earthbound failure. In a PvP event, Worm squirmed toward a target but got stuck in the mud, making the battle a worm wrangle that left me stuck. Its basic luck helps snag common fish, but zero lure speed and no preferred boost bury it in D-tier. Use it for level 5 to 10 missions, cast in muddy waters for a spark, and retire it before the worm's turn. Now, let's wade into the shallow tides of C-tier as we cast our lines into these baits that pinch more than they pull, offering a glimmer of potential but struggling to shine under the pressure of a real fishing challenge, turning each toss into a test of endurance and a sprinkle of humor. These baits suit beginners with a modest cash stash, their pockets jingling just enough to afford a laugh at the empty nets and tangled lines that mark their early days on the water. Imagine standing at Coral Cove, bait at the ready, only to see these C-tier contenders falter. Ideal for those who enjoy the journey despite the stumbles. Time to dive into Crab, the crustacean bait that snaps with attitude but doesn't snag the big ones. A salty saga of pinch and miss. In a shallow bay run, Crab scuttled across the surface, promising a bite, only to pinch my finger instead of a fish, turning the haul into a crab catastrophe that had me wincing. Its high preferred luck gives a slim chance at rares, but zero lure speed and a moderate price leave you waiting in vain. Use it for level 5 to 10 grinds. Toss in calm waters for a nibble, and upgrade before frustration takes over. Next up, let's slither with eel, the slippery bait that wriggles with speed but doesn't wrangle the prize. A slick tale of escape. Eel twists through the waves, aiming for a quick pull, but slithers off the hook with ease. In a PvP event, eel boosted lure speed but escaped the cast, making the battle an eel getaway that left me empty-handed. Its 50% lure speed speeds things up, but low luck and no preferred boost keep it C-tier. Use it for early clears, cast in shallow zones for a spark, and trade for better options. Now let's zest with kiwi, the tangy bait that pops with flavor but doesn't pop the haul, a fruity flop with potential. Kiwi bobs in the water, full of tangy promise, but sours the catch with its mild kick. In a Coral Cove grind, Kiwi hooked a common but dropped it mid-pull, turning the run into a Kiwi kick-out that tasted bitter. Its decent luck helps starters, but low lure speed and price make it forgettable. Use it for level 10 spots, cast in fruity waters for a boost, and move on quickly. Finally, let's peel with banana, the classic bait that floats but doesn't float your boat, a nostalgic nod to simpler catches. Banana lazily drifts, luring small fish, but slips away when the pressure's on. In a PvP leaderboard race, Banana boosted luck but rotted mid-cast, making the session a banana bruise that stung. Its affordable price and moderate luck aid beginners, but no preferred luck sinks it. Use it for level 5 grinds, cast in tropical zones for a spark, and retire it fast. Now, let's sail into the mid-tier currents where B-tier baits bring reliable pulls with a splash of effort, offering a solid foundation for anglers willing to grind but not quite reaching the legendary status of the elites, turning each cast into a story of perseverance with a dash of sea salt humor. These baits are perfect for bait farmers with a growing cash pile. Their wallets heavy enough to chuckle at the occasional escapes and near misses that define their mid-game adventures. Picture casting out into deep abyss, bait in hand, as these B-tier contenders shine before revealing their limits. Great for those who love a good fishing challenge. First up, let's splash with watermelon, the juicy bait that refreshes the spirit but doesn't refresh the haul with consistency. A sweet tale of potential. Watermelon splashes into the water, promising a juicy catch, but leaves you thirsty for more when it bursts too soon. In a deep abyss run, watermelon lured a mid-tier brainrot but popped mid-pull, turning the catch into a watermelon waste that soaked my hopes. Its high luck and preferred luck boost mid-game chances, but low lure speed slows the pace. Use it for level 20 to 30 zones, toss in fresh waters for a boost, and trade for A-tier when ready. Next up, let's zing with orange, the citrus bait that adds a zesty kick but doesn't zing the big wins. A bright story with a twist. Orange bubbles with energy, only to fizzle out when the big fish bite. In a PvP event, Orange Spike preferred luck but rolled a common, making the battle an orange ops that left me peeling. It's good luck and moderate lure speed aid mid-game, but price keeps it B-tier. Use it for level 25 clears, cast in sunny spots for synergy, and upgrade soon. Time to cluster with Grape, the bunch bait that gathers attention but doesn't gather victories. A fruity adventure with a hiccup. Grape clusters in the water, luring groups of fish, but scatters at the last second. In a Coral Cove grind, Grape hooked a pair but dropped one, turning the run into a grape gaff that left a sour taste. Its decent preferred luck and lure speed help mid-game, but low luck limits rarities. Use it for level 20 to 30 missions, cast in clustered waters for a pull, and swap it out. Finally, let's brew with coffee beans, the caffeinated bait that perks up the cast but doesn't perk up the big catches. A jolt of fun with a fade. Coffee beans brew excitement in the water, only to cool off too fast when it counts. In a PvP leaderboard race, coffee beans boosted lure speed but spilled the beans on a dud, making the session a coffee crash that woke me up to its limits. Its good lure speed and preferred luck shine in mid-game, but moderate luck keeps it B-tier. Use it for level 25 zones, Cast in energized waters for a spark and keep brewing. Now let's plunge into the deep blue expanse where A-tier baits reign as fish. A Brainrot's haul-hooking legends, crafted with the finesse of a master fisherman who commands the sea with every cast, turning each toss into a spectacle of skill and strategy that leaves rivals in awe. These are the prize lures for bait-rich anglers ready to dominate the depths. Perfect for those who dream of reeling in the rarest brainrots under the sun or moon, with a swagger that defines a true sea champion. Picture yourself standing at the edge of deep abyss, bait gleaming, as these A-tier wonders prove their worth, ideal for pros who live for the thrill of the ultimate pull. First up, let's cast into the gilded waters with Golden Banana, the luxurious bait that lures with a golden glow and turns every haul into a treasure trove of fishing glory. In a grueling deep abyss grind, Golden Banana snagged a mythic brainrot with its radiant charm, but its steep cost nearly bankrupted me, turning the haul into a golden gamble that paid off just in time. With its massive preferred luck that targets the rarest catches and a luck boost that rivals the sun, this bait dominates late-game fishing, though its sky-high price demands relentless grinding. Use it for those level 30 to 40 zones where the big ones hide. Toss it in golden waters for maximum pulls, and keep the luxury flowing to rule the meta. Next up, let's exotic with Dragon Fruit, the vibrant bait that dragons up the haul with a burst of wild energy, a tropical tale of epic pulls. In a PvP event, Dragon Fruit lured a beastly brainrot with its exotic allure, but strained the line with its weight, making the battle a Dragon Fruit drag that tested my skill. Boasting excellent lure speed that races through casts and preferred luck that speeds up big catches, this bait shines in late game, though moderate luck limits its rarity ceiling. Use it for level 35 clears, cast in exotic spots for a boost, and reel in the dragons with pride. Finally, let's tip the scales with Top Hat, the classy bait that tops the charts with elegance and snags the finest catches. A sophisticated saga of sea mastery. In a nightmare fishing run, Top Hat hooked a top-tier fish with its refined charm, but tipped its hat too soon and nearly lost the prize, turning the catch into a Top Hat tip-off that kept me on edge. With its very high preferred luck that boosts rarity pulls and a stylish presence, this bait dominates late game, though low lure speed demands a patient hand. Use it for level 40 zones, cast in classy waters for synergistic glory, and top the leaderboards with flair. The waves settle into a peaceful rhythm. Fishing champs and your Fish A Brainrot saga shines brighter than a golden banana haul under the midnight moon. From Top Hat's classy pulls to Squid's inky disasters, you've forged the ultimate bait tier list to conquer fishing zones, outsmart rivals in PvP battles, and triumph in the depths of nightmare events. A-tier titans like Dragon Fruit reign as the kings of the sea, while D-tier duds like Worm keep your grind full of those salty, hilarious moments that define a fisherman's tale. Whether you're a newbie splashing in the gentle ripples of shallow bay or a pro reeling in the monstrous depths of level 50 waters, this list is your trusty bait bucket ready to guide you to glory. Mix Dragon Fruit with Frozen Rod for a Speed Ice Empire that freezes the competition, or Golden Banana with Divine Rod for a luxury holy combo that blesses every cast. Farm the cash with relentless determination, keep an eye on Trello for the latest updates, and etch your Fish A Brainrot legend into the annals of Roblox fishing history. Drop your biggest catches or the funniest bait fails you've ever seen in the comments. Let's fuel this fishing frenzy together. Smash that like, subscribe with the passion of a sea storm, and ring the bell for more Roblox chaos. Cast your line now and make waves.